Hello, everybody. My name is Heather Aston, and this is my channel, TT's Trinkets and Treasures, where we get up to all the beady shenanigans. We have fun, we bead together, we demo designs, we talk about life and anything else that comes into this crazy brain or my comment section. So I'm glad that you guys are all here. I know I've been sick. I haven't been live for a hot minute. So, I might need to get caught up on everything. I thought that I had something right here and I don't. Man. Okay, it's all right. Anyways, I've been out. I was sick. Needed to get feeling better so that I wasn't going into the surgery under the weather, obviously. And also just needed a little bit of me time. But then I had my surgical clearance appointment yesterday, but I am back. Your girl's been recording like a mad woman. I already have 4 recorded so that I can keep you guys with contact, however it is that you do while I'm healing. Okay, I have a question for everybody. Now, it is now giving people the option to look at it vertically or horizontally. Tell me if it's messing up. If you want me to take that off, I can. I guess it just depends on what you're watching on, what it does. But if having that on means you're getting a smaller picture because it's vertical, let me know and I will turn it off. So, hello, Barbara. Hello, Shirley. Hi, Donna. Hi, Linda. So just let me know what it is that you guys think. If it's messing it up, I'll change it. So I think I can just it's a new feature. I don't know what it is. So this is what it would be on a vertical broadcast. This is what it's like on a horizontal broadcast. I don't know if you can see both of the options right now, but yeah. But if it's bothering you and you don't like it, I can try to turn that feature off at least before the next live. So just let me know if you would like that. So if I hit this, do you get it? I'm trying to look because there are a couple of you with like little things next to it showing that you're seeing it vertically. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I have no idea what I just did. I don't want that. Thank you. You can see it horizontal, vertical. Okay. Well, I have the option of taking that off for the next video. So if that's you guys want it to go back to normal, just let me know, and I will do so. Sorry. My son just like topped off my coffee, but there's creamer on it, and I don't want that getting on my hand as we go through the video, and I'm taking a drink of it. So, anyways, I have some video recordings, and it will all just depend on how painful it is to get from my room to the bead room, which right now is just across the hall. So that's what it'll be, but we'll be good. You don't like vertical on YouTube? Okay, back to normal, please. Okay, so Barbara, you're not able to change it. Let me go to settings and turn that off. Visual effects, let's see. No, we don't want that off. None. I'm trying to make sure that you guys don't see that anymore. In the visual effects, it only says go to virtual background for tips. General settings. Sorry, I'm trying to see how I would take it off real quick if possible. Video, we do not want extra camera settings. Nope, that's all correct. Okay, let me look in here because I think it's in here where I can shut it off. I would think it would be under physical layouts, picture newsletter, blah blah blah. It's none of those things. Okay, I will fix it. You might be able to change it. I don't know. I'm gonna click this little button. I think that's just gonna show me what it would look like on my screen, not for you. Let me see if I can go. No, I can't. Okay, I was gonna try to fix this. I don't know that I can before or while we're doing this. So how do I turn off vertical broadcast? Woohoo! I can't wait. That means you'll be on Beading Besties soon. Yay! I'm so excited. Okay, guys, I may not be able to fix it today, but I will get it taken off tomorrow. Anyways, I'm not sure what to do. I'm a little worried about like engagement on my channel because I won't be doing the lives. But we'll do it. I did the bargain bead box unboxing. I did my dollar bead box unboxing, and I did a video. I'll show you on the mat where I make this Christmas necklace using the bare bronze wire, which your girl is now really all about. So I really do think that come 2026, the majority of my wire work will either be done in the bronze or in copper. I'll do some stuff in silver, but I just really like the bare bronze and copper. So that's where I think I'm going to go. But I did finish that necklace. So I'll be posting that sometime next week. I'm going to do a couple of like smaller designs, maybe some hostess gifts, stuff like that. And then I'll just try to keep up with everything else usually. Okay. You might just need to go into your set, I don't know, where you can lock the screen from being one way or the other, but I don't know if that will fix. I apologize. If you click on the square in the middle, it should expand the whole time. But yes, I'm afraid you're gonna miss things. Yeah, I'm like itty bitty, and my workspace is down to nothing. Okay, let me see if I can figure this out real quick because that's gonna bother me. Camera, extra Kramer settings. No. That's not it. I'm trying to see if they'll tell me like how to do it. They should be leaving it. I should be able to change it at any point in time, and it's not allowing me to. Let me see if it gives me. No, it's just going to there, which is not what I want. I'm trying to figure out how to fix it. I'm sorry. I'll get it fixed tomorrow. I should have just left it and tested it before I went to it live. So I apologize about that. I will try to get it fixed. So, what we're going to be doing today is, hello, Beth. Oh, speaking of, I just want to take a moment to thank Beth and all of the other veterans for this country and beyond. who take the time and sacrifice to serve their country. Beth was in the Air Force. She served. Two of my brothers served. My dad served. My sister Corey served. So I just want to thank all of the veterans out there for being willing to make that sacrifice to give us the freedoms, the freezers we have. Okay, honey, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can do like a help search. If it'll come up, how to take, what is going on? I'm trying to fix it right here. It's not even coming up as a thing. I will fix it. I apologize, you guys. I wish that I could fix it right now. It's just not possible. I don't think from within. I think I would have to completely let me try that. Stay put. I may look like you lost me for a minute, but you won't have. I'm going to try to go in and take that off as I enter into the studio. So I'll be right back. I'm back. I hope you guys can all see me. Let me set up. Wait, why can't I see my face? Okay, hold on one second. I know why. This is the wrong camera. I just have to go and put my other camera on there. And then it will be the same. They'll just be in a different order. Okay, I'm sorry that it's not showing up correctly. I would be frustrated if it was me as well, so I fully understand. Okay, so let's go down to the mat so I can show you what we're going to be doing today. So what I did is I thought maybe we would work on a little his and hers set and show how very minor things change a bead from looking masculine or feminine, in my opinion. I know that's not everyone's opinion, but that's what I find. It's much easier than people think that it is. So I have 2 strands of beautiful faceted Euphorlite. These are squares, obviously, and these are 8mm rondelles, 8x6. These are 8mm cubes. So I have those. So sometimes it's as simple as a bead choice. Sometimes it's the coordinating beads that you put in. So we could make a very feminine looking bracelet using these cubes simply by, sorry, it was the last strand, so it's got all the rubber band and pricing, whatever on it. Simply by using maybe a faceted spacer bead against a matte, a jet black matte bead, or some buffalo horn spacers. You can use a little gunmetal in place of the spinel, and they would look beautiful. So, oh, I have to show you guys because they're right here and they were part of what I bought yesterday. And as soon as I can, I will be buying the other 3 strands because they're just beautiful. Look at these blue-black pearls, you guys. I can't, they're so pretty. And they have more of the like purpley bluey blue black color, and it has the deepest purple I've seen on pearls. And now that I just said that, where did I put it? I just thought of this because oh, see how it pulls out the darker purple? It's just so pretty. These are a little big. I don't know, but these are stunning. I love them. I will be designing with them very shortly because they're just beautiful. Anyways, back to what we were doing. I got sidetracked by some beautiful pearls. I apologize. So I also have these matte onyx heishi beads that we could put in as the spacer in the guy's bracelet. I'm also going to show you very easy ways to like stretch your strand of the good beads to make them last you longer for multiple pieces. Hopefully I can get to all of that during this video. If not, we can always pick it back up tomorrow. So I looked and once again cannot find my soft flex medium. So I have some like copper right here. I had some indigo. If I have to use the 7 strand, I will double it up because I didn't realize that it wasn't for making jewelry, like Linda said. So I need to like go through and figure out. I have a huge 100-foot roll of soft flex medium in the satin silver. That's the most aggravating part, is that I have a 100-foot spool and it just keeps like jumping. Oh wait, did I just find it? No, that's something else. Dang it, I got excited for a second. Okay, so like I said, I have this copper color. I'll probably just use that. I think it will be enough to do the various bracelets. So, oh my gosh. Also, if you guys don't get the dollar bead box, which I don't know that I'm going to keep getting that one, I may just go to the dollar bead bag, but look at these. I'm like obsessed, but I also want to know what the other burgundy, cranberry, whatever strand of beads were, because it either they came in either garnet silver wash or cranberry. No, that's a 3mm. Cranberry silver luster or crystal cranberry lined. So, and I'm gonna check, but I hope that we're able to buy extras of these. Otherwise, that just upsets me. So hopefully I can buy more because I want more of those and I want to see the silver luster ones. But you could use this strand in between these beads, or you could even go to the 3mm, which I got the cranberry silver wash, or garnet silver wash, I'm not sure. Those would be beautiful in between the Uberlite strands because they do have that dark red in them. Okay, so I'm going to put a couple things on the strand and just show you. I will tell you that all of the guys that were at the store when I did this, Steve, there was another gentleman who his whole thing is making bracelets, other than he also works at like a place here in town that I guess teaches surfing. I don't know. Things they're able to do now. But yeah, so I'm gonna start by using the copper. I need to start taking things off the strand and stop jumping all over the place here. Okay. To do that, I'm gonna need some cutters. So here are the faceted. And I talked about a new tool that I just recently got. Is it not in here now? Why does this always happen to me? I got an amazing new caliper that I wanted to show you guys. Hold on, I'm gonna mute you and holler for my kid for a second. So I think I can mute me. Yeah, just a second. I did indeed take it into the living room. So he's gonna grab that for me real quick. I'm gonna pull the excess beads off to the side so we don't have too many all at once. Okay, guys, I just got this beautiful new caliper. Is the case that came in out there too? Is the case that came in out there? The blue case?
No, because I pulled out the caliper from it.
I know, but I think the case might be out there. It's blue. Anyways, it came in like a really professional looking box. It had its own like screwdriver that goes with it, plus 2 additional. So yeah. So this is what it comes in. Zoom out a little bit. Just don't mind the mess on my desk. Okay, so this is how it came. And so it comes with all of like the instructions. Like I said, its own little screwdriver and 2 extra batteries. Speaking of, this caliper does not turn on unless you tell it to be on, unless you push the button, which I like because other ones, you barely move them. Oh, okay, Linda, thank you for telling me that. Oh, Linda, why did you not call me or message me? I told you I would have paid for the shipping. Ugh. Okay. I won't use them for anything else, but I can't believe you threw stuff out, especially pearls, which drives me nuts. I can't believe you did that. You could have thrown them all in a box like a big bead soup, and I would have happily picked through it over the next 2 years to get it all like spread out. Yes, we can do Thanksgiving hostess gifts. Absolutely. Anyways, back to this amazing caliper. I don't care. I would have paid for it. Girl, it would have paid for itself. It would have been fine. Anyways, it's in stainless steel. It's very nice. It has 3 modes, millimeters, inches, and then there's an F. I haven't investigated that much. You can tighten or loosen how it moves. There is measurement up here that is inches. And so you see all of the like eighths. It says like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when it gets to the eighth, obviously you're at the inch. This is millimeters. You can roll it open like this. One of my favorite features of it is that it has this wider slot. My other one had this tapered slot, and to get beads that are round to like stay in was always difficult for me with my dexterity issues. I don't have that problem with this one because I have that slot that's better. So I'm going to turn it on. And like I said, you can either open it like normal by just pulling it. You can use the wheel. But it's so, look, I can just put it in there. So actually these cubes are 7 millimeters, not 8. Good to know. I didn't think they were the same width as these, or they're closer than I thought. No, those were 7 or 6. What did I say they were? No, I forgot. 6.32. These are 7 something. So they were off, and then you turn it off and you're good to go. It's an amazing little tool, and it was less than $20. Now you're just trying to pick a fight, my dear. Oh my goodness. If they haven't come and taken it to the dump, grab the box. I will pay the postage. Dang it, Linda. Isn't there a listen, Linda? Anyways, let's get back to this before I want to. You just make me want to go to Australia to smack you in person. Just kidding. Sorry, just kidding. Kind of. I would want to smack you for this, but I'd love to come see you in Australia too. Don't get me wrong. Okay. So I'm going to grab this, but I have started doing Rosanna's little tip where she puts the bead stopper here, but of course I don't see any of my clips handy, so it's fine. So I just want to show you what these beads, what the difference in the look is based on shape and spacers and like the bead difference. So this one I'm going to start with the cube, and I'm going to begin by using the heishi, which is supposed to make this more masculine. Come on, how can jewelry be fun with maximum? So that looks really nice. I'm trying to stay centered so people in vertical can see. I'm actually going to pop it up so I can see what both of you are seeing to make sure you're getting as much of it as possible. So that's what it looks like with the little round heishi in between the cubes. It's very nice. But if I pop on the spinel, the little faceted spinel bead, using this exact same shape, it's just more sparkly. It's just a matter of minor changes. So I don't want any of you to feel like I hear all the time, I'm bad at men's designs. I'm bad at men's designs. You're actually not. It's just a matter of the beads you're choosing to put together and making very small changes to differentiate between masculine and feminine. I would wear this bracelet all day long, but when I was talking to Steve last night, he wanted me to do a cube bracelet for him that has the little buffalo horn spacers, and I like that the spacers are round versus the square. What you just saw was 2. This is what it looks like with 1. Now, maybe you don't want to have, making sure everybody, I know you are, Linda. I know you are. I know you're laughing out loud. Hello, Caroline. Glad to see you. Oh, FYI, all paid invoices that have not already been shipped are going to go out today. So, who else came in here while Linda was taunting me? Oh, Carolyn. Okay. Anyway, so that's a very simple way. Now that we've discussed that, we're going to discuss being able to stretch your beads, your gemstone beads, making very small changes. So you can just stack up, instead of just using one or two of these spacers, you could stack them up as much as you wanted to, or the way that you like the look of it. And you've saved at least one cube bead from needing to go on this bracelet. Because let me set this down on the table and show you. So if I line that up underneath, it's actually almost as if we put cube buffalo horn spacer, cube buffalo horn spacer, cube. So you've saved an entire cube here just by putting in the extra spacers. You can do it that way. You could also, if you really wanted to mix it up, you could throw the heishi on either side of, let's say 3, since people like things in odd numbers. And now you've used even less of your beads by doing this, and I think it looks wonderful. I think it is beautiful and just has such a pretty look. I'm going to put some more on so you guys can get a better idea. I'm sure you're like wanting to see like a few together instead of just one. Meanwhile, for the more feminine thing, you could use these exact same buffalo horn spacers and just put the spinel on, and then you're not using your more expensive supplies. You're able to still give a beautiful gemstone look without breaking the bank, because you're just simply spreading them out away from each other, so you're not having to use as much. And this will also take us to the next way that you can save some money. So this is what like 4 of them look like. It's very nice. Now, this would be a good way to go around the back. Maybe change it to either just the round heishi, or maybe just put like 2 or 3 of the buffalo horn in and just make this the back. Or this is the entire amount of beads that you use and you put chain up around the back, or you use leather for the back of it. And then instead of using, I would need at least 3 more sets of 4 to complete a men's bracelet of 7.5 or 7 3/4 to 8 millimeters. But it's still going to look very elegant. It's going to look nice on a man's wrist or a woman's wrist, either one. This one I would say is a touch more masculine, but just like I said before, It's a matter of one change. And I will show you just a second if I can find the hole. The faceted beads are beautiful, but sometimes they make it difficult to find where the drill hole is. So this is what it looked like with the round onyx heishi. That's what it looks like when you put in the faceted spinel. Sorry, you're not seeing. It just takes it to a different level. Something else you can do. You don't just have to have these. They have these in glass. They have them in metal. They have them in a variety of ways. This is a black onyx bracelet bar. You would simply put that for the top of your wrist, put maybe a bead or two on either side, and then you can finish it up with chain. You can finish it up with leather, whichever way, and then you're using even fewer. You make that part wrist. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Linda, did you see the twisted wire I did this weekend? Girl, you gotta check your messenger because I messenger you and you never look at it. And it makes me sad. Anyways, I made some beautiful twisted wire this weekend. This is just the bare copper wire and it's 4 strands twisted together. But I took this and then I twisted it together with the 8mm. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see the 8mm straight wire. So that is twisted and this is just flat. And then I did this where I took strands of copper and the bronze and mixed them together. So I did it both ways. I did one where the copper was the thinner twisted wire and the bronze was the straight wire. And then I flipped that. And then I twisted those together. And I'm still playing with them, but this is what it looks like. It's so pretty. What I'm going to do is because this is strands of 28 wire, I think I'm going to put like pearls on this and then twist this around that again with pearls on it, just to add something to the top of the wrist. It's with my drill. I use my drill and my handy dandy husband or man of white. Hi, kids. You're behind Kim. But yeah, I love the way it looks. Will likely put a clasp on it, but yeah, I'm excited to be able to twist pearls onto this sticker wire. I think it makes very beautiful dangles. I'm gonna make some hoop earrings using this. I probably have about 15 feet of this, so I can see it, and I'm just obsessed. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And even with as twisted as it is, there is no sharp pokey parts on this whatsoever. Even though it's a gajillion different wires all twisted together, I'm not having that problem. So, like I said, this one, I'm not happy because my loops aren't the same size, but I can wear it. It just wouldn't be one that I would sell. So I want to get one of those oval bracelet mandrels to get a better like idea. And strangely enough, it's easier to twist this with my hand than it is with a plier. And I think that's because the plier compresses the twist and the wire doesn't like that. So it's very pretty. I also thought about doing and you guys, the setup took the longest, like measuring out everything. But to make the thickest version of this, it took like 5 minutes. No joke, it took 5 minutes. So, but like, look, isn't that pretty? Just a really nice soft one. Or you could go, you were just talking about a chunkier chain, Linda. Where did it go? Oh my goodness. Okay, I will show you on my Christmas because I also have this chain, which looks very pretty paired next to it. So if I decide not to wrap pearls around this, I will probably put some pearls on this and then like combine them together because it's just I'm obsessed. So speaking of, this is the Christmas design I recorded for when I am recovering, and I really like it. I just altered like which bead were on the outside versus the inside. So obviously this link is green is the dominant, where this one is red, and it goes up. I was even able to make jump rings using just the wire where I twisted the twisted bronze and then the straight bronze together. I use this to make jump rings and it stayed compressed very well. There's no pokey bits. But yeah, Linda told me that oh no, sorry. Told me that I needed to do more with my wire because the ones she'd seen she really liked. So I'm working on it. That's going to be one of my beauty goals in 2026. But I do want to, I probably will doing mostly, oh my goodness, copper and bronze. Okay, this bracelet bar is really cool though, because there's a hole here at the end, but it's like diagonal with the back. So when you put a jump ring on it, if I cannot use an oval one, oh, for all of you that like me compress their oval jump rings to make them fit, I found some that are already done like that. So that's an oval jump ring. You can see that it is like the width isn't as big and that the part where the split is straight. So, and these are 18 karat gold plated ones. So if you would like me to get some, I will get some and put them in the sale and or my website that I'm working on. So yes, but I was very excited to find this because there were times I tried to do it and I hurt myself. So um I don't know where. Oh, they're right there. Okay. So we're just gonna, if I can get this facing the right way. See, this is why I want my benching this. So I'm hoping this is wide enough. It may not be. It did indeed. But see how it's not like really noticeable? It's the jump ring is almost hidden. And then when you add beads to it, it just looks beautiful. Or you could just do these to do the oval jump rings. Oh, I bet. I've talked about getting the myself a mandrel, and I just haven't done so yet, like so that you can do the oval jump rings. I'm just happy because all the oval jump rings I've gotten in the past have that, like, here, I kind of did it to this one. It's kind of like split, and it's not a true oval. It kind of tents up where the cut is. I only did this. This isn't going to happen if you use this. This is because I was trying to use the smallest jump ring possible in this, and I bent it a weird way in order to close the jump ring. So it's not the jump ring that had the issue. That was me. So, okay, back to this. Like I said, you can even just attach beading wire and then put crimp right there, and then continue your beads down the side. So actually, let's go ahead and try that so that we can, like, I just dropped my container for my caliper. Oh, and now the caliper. That was very smart of you to move quick, Ramsey, since Mom just keeps dropping stuff on her head. Okay, so if you missed it, Kim, I need to send you the link for this caliper. It's amazing. It's heavy, it's weighted, it's great. It's less than 20 bucks. So I will send you the link for it, Kim, because I think you would really like it. I don't see where my, oh, duh, Heather. So if I want to make a 7 3/4 thing, I'm going to cut here plus a few inches, and then I'm going to cut this in half so that I have a piece for both sides, which is why I cut a longer piece. Plus, I know that I will obviously, oh, is beading wire okay or not that either? So yes, you can make your own mandrel. Oh my goodness. Okay, until I hear otherwise, I'm not going to cut the beading wire with that. I don't want to get in trouble. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to cut that in half. Then I know that it's like antique copper, but it's okay because I do have copper crimps, and there's like coppery tones in the beads themselves. Yeah, Kim, you're gonna love it. I swear it's okay, Linda. Well, when you're done moving, can you please release that video? Because I think all of us would be very interested in it. Or if you've already done so. Okay, sounds good. Thanks for letting me know, Linda. I'll probably buy myself another pair then just for things, but yes. Yeah, I want to know what you're doing in order to do that because now I'm curious. So we're going to put our crimp in place. Then we're going to go down through the hole of the bracelet bar. We'll go back in through the through the crimp, but I am going to try to like leave myself as much room as possible. So I'm going to back the crimp up a little bit. Okay. I'm wondering if I should put a donor piece of wire in here. Oh, see what I did? See what I did there? Heather, you cut enough. You don't have to be stingy. It's okay. Okay, down, 3, 3. You will need to leave yourself quite a bit more room for this like crimping stuff so that you have enough room. Then I'm going to grab my magical crimpers, and in case you've never heard of it, I'll go through it really fast. Magical crimper is a little tool that has a concavity in the middle of the jaws on either side. It works best with 0.018 to 0.019 beading wire, which medium soft flex, and I believe the 49 strand and the 19 strand are as well. All right, Dawn, I'll talk to you later, honey. Hi, Mary. Glad you're here. No need to apologize. So you're gonna want to center that crimp in the center of that concavity. Because if you don't, you'll end up making something that it's not round. So you just got to crimp the first time and then adjust, make sure you're still in the center, crimp again. And then I'm gonna go the other way. And even if it for some reason looks a little undesirable, just keep going. I crimp this until I don't feel any more resistance from it. Okay, then I don't really love the look of this crimp. I was talking and not paying attention. Oh, there we go. Much better. Yeah, it just wasn't finished. Which I have found to be my problem most of the time, that I'm in a hurry and impatient. Okay, so we'll start by putting one of the cube beads on. Is there enough room for it to go? Oh, that's not a cube. No, it will not go through that bead. So I'm going to cut it off. And then we can go to the cube. Okay, that's still not a cube, Heather. They're very similar in size, and they're also very faceted. They're beautiful. Also, guys, if I ever show like some beads that on the show and you want to find out what the price of them would be, let me know. Also, during my sales, which I'll mention this on Saturday, if there is a bead in one of the bead mixes or bead kits that you really like and you would like a full strand of, let me know. I have a whole bunch of Christmas crystals that are going to be a part of the sale on Saturday. I have clear, blues, red, green, yeah, all the things. So I will have those. So if there's something that you really like and or wanted a full strand of, you can just let me know. Okay, so we're gonna, I don't know if I like that. I think I would like it better knotted. I don't like the space. Maybe, am I just being crazy? I'm not loving the space of that, so we may have to try this again on a knotting project. Yeah, I'm just not happy with the way that the space looked right there. And so I don't like to continue to go through a jewelry demonstration when I don't like the look of it. It feels like it's not authentically me, although knocking over beads is myself. So yeah. Okay, so then let's just go ahead and make a strand of making the bracelet. I'm just going to measure out my wire using my bracelet mandrel since I cannot find a ruler, and then I'm going to add an extra inch or so. These will not go to waste. I have a whole bag of soft flex scraps. Okay, so I'm not going to put that on yet. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do this. So if this was the guys, I'm just going to go through this. I also had some check glass beads that would look amazing with this. See, I just love when the beads get to be their beautiful beady selves. So as I was saying, we're going to do the top of the wrist bead only. Like Linda suggested, you can just do chain for the back part of the wrist. This one, I'm gonna go ahead and just do a full-on bracelet. But just like my other projects where I do the same design, 3 different price points, this bracelet design would totally quote unquote qualify, I don't know what other word to use, as one that you would be able to do very easily simply by either completely taking out the onyx and just using the buffalo horn, or using the onyx and buffalo horn all the way around in its entirety. I might have to see what I think about just the buffalo horn and the Heishi's on the back. So I want the beads to fully go across the top of the wrist. I don't want it to like just hit here. I want it to be more like here before I switch to like the time or less expensive version. But this one, I just want to do all the way around because I think it's beautiful. I may, nope, I just want it to be this all the way around. I think this is something that people would gladly, but you know what I could have done? I also have these black banded agate cubes that are just gorgeous and would have looked beautiful through there. And these are inexpensive, much less expensive than the Heishi. But I think for a more masculine design, I think using the non-faceted spacers are making it to where a guy doesn't look at it and immediately say, oh, that's a women's bracelet. I'm not going to wear that. But thank you. I know we all get that tone from people in our life. Oh, thank you. Hmm. We all have them. I know that for sure. You could also do this on stretch over using the beading wire, which saves you money in and of itself just by swapping out the stringing wire for stretch. So that's all good. I'm gonna have to take some more cubes off of the strand. And I'm gonna show you a woman's design using the rondelles in place of the cubes. Looks very nice. Okay, I'm going to be doing my own clasp because I want to use copper wire to do so. So my bracelet mandrel. Okay, so nope, we need probably 3 or 4 more cubes. And if you're wondering why I'm leaving those together, I hate the noise they make when you take them apart. And mine always gets taken off my desk during sales or something and doesn't get put back. So that's why I'm always having to grab another one. My desk ain't quite that bad right now. I've been trying to make sure that I get plenty. But any of you that missed out on or thought you missed out on the little dragon necklaces because of what I had sold, I got more. I got a lot more. And this set, the other set didn't have it, but this one, this is dragon blood. There is tiger eye ones that we didn't have before. The tiger eye wasn't an option in the first set that I bought, but I think I at least have 2 of these. I have the red jasper, the sodalite. I don't remember if the Dalmatian jasper was in the other one or not, but it was in these. This is obviously faux turquoise, but still nice. I'm excited for the stainless steel ones to get here, though, because I really like them. Here's one with strawberry quartz. There's also white quartz, rose quartz. They're all, I've got ruby zoisite. So I will have these. I'll put these out. Bye, Beth. I didn't know that you had to go. Have a great rest of your day. Mwah. Okay. I'm going to do one more, and then I think I'm going to end with a Heishi on both sides, but I'm going to have, there's a clasp. A clip. I was like, how am I going to finish this up? I have a clip right there. Okay, let's see where we're at as far as number or measurement purposes. So, no, the clasp will make up that space. Should I end with the Heishi or should I end with a cube? That's the only thing that I'm trying to figure out right now. Hmm. Hmm. I can't decide. What do you think? Here's the thing. Putting a Heishi on the end will make it easier to crimp, A, and B, to I might not have a choice because it doesn't look like 2 strands of this fit in there. So it's going to have to be a cube. Oh, wait, no. Well, I don't need it to be. I'm ridiculous. Sorry. It doesn't have to go through there. It just has to go through the brim. So either is good. Okay, I think I'm going to end with the Heishi. A, it gives it a little bit more length, but B, it also will be easier to, I feel like it'll be easier to clasp because there won't be all of the extra. Okay, let's see here. I don't like really big loops. Come on, don't do that. I feel like it just keeps things where they need to be better without a really long one. Okay, do I need a piece of donor wire? It should be fine. So, magical crimper again. Get it centered within the little crevice and then just keep going around from different vantage points. Mine just wants to keep twirling. Oh no. I just messed that up. I can't print today for some reason. I do know these are not my preferred set of magical crimpers, but I don't know where my second pair is. The other one is my preferred one. Okay, let's do this again. There we go. It heard it wasn't my favorite, and now it's trying to make it up in hopes that it will become my favorite. No, it's just not crimping. We're going to do a traditional crimp. That's driving me crazy. So, I need bigger ones. Those are my micros. I'm going to keep right here. Just, oh, I found them. They just, for some reason, were at the back of where my tools are kept. Silver, silver, silver. Did I not put them away and they're still out on my desk? Yes, here they are. I'm not gonna lie, it's things like that that freak me out about the future as my memory problems get worse. Because they say that this, like what I was just doing, which was like struggling to remember where I had just put something, is part of the memory issues. Just, it's not just me getting old. I am going to put a small donor clip in as well, though. That always seems to help me when it comes to crimping. Okay. Now we're going to crimp. And see, now I'm only going to have to crimp it like 3 or 4 times. Like I said, I go till I don't feel any more resistance from the metal. Now cut off that excess. I shouldn't have let it just go flying. I could have used that, but it's fine. Okay, I still want there to be plenty of movement, so that's too tight. There we go. And I have enough extra at the end of this to use as my donor wire. My wire must be twisted within the crimp. There we go. I should have just made a stretch bracelet today. Apparently, I can't crimp today, but we'll see. Just make the loop ever so smaller. If I had an antique lobster clasp, I would totally use it on this. This is probably going to get restrung. I'm going to be fully honest with you. I'm not happy with these crimps. So I have another brand in the copper where the walls are really thick. I don't know why I didn't just use those, but just to be fully transparent with you, I'm not happy with the crimp on either end, although I once had somebody laugh and tell me, no, you just made it more rustic looking, which is just being too kind. Oh my, just me. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So I do have some copper clasp. Nope, I have plenty of room to make my own little copper clasp really quick. I'm going to do a very simple, one, little hook. Okay. Now I can use my nippers. Oh, but I don't like to do it when I'm cutting off the thing. Okay, I need my itty bitty brown nose pliers so I can do my loop. I prefer to use my Xeron pliers when making my hooks because they're perfect for like letting you squish it. I'm trying to think, do I want to do the folded in half one? I think I do. I saw it in Linda's video the other day. I believe it was her video where she like folded it. I'm just gonna have to go really slow because I don't have, like I said, I don't have the Xeron bars that I normally use. Nope, don't do that. That's what I don't like. Okay, and then if I remember it correctly, I just move this one up, this one this way, I make a loop, and then I wrap around it with both. I don't know. I'm probably completely butchering this. And if I am, I'm sorry, Linda, that I'm not doing it correctly. I should have made the loop go in front, not in back, because then I could have pulled the wire over together. Oh, okay, new piece of wire. Just putting that one itty bitty thing is what. Now I cut way too much wire, but it's okay. Let's see. We are going to try it again. Slow, slow, slow. Don't want it to do that little bend. I don't like it to look like it's twisted at all. Now we are going to put this backwards, this one to the side. I'm going to make a loop, but when I do it, I'm going to put the loop so that it's facing the same way as the other piece of wire. So in order to do that, I'm going to need to make my loop. I don't think that I can do that. Not with the other loop wire in my way. I know, I'm sorry I'm butchering this. I'm just gonna let this go around the wire below where the clasp will be, just one time. Cut that off, and hopefully I have enough to wrap over the top of it. Now we'll try this again. Yes. I am completely doing this incorrectly, and I'm annoying myself. Don't bend the shorter wire. Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's what I was doing incorrectly. Spider wire. Nope. Don't twist on me. I'm gonna guess that I want to cut right here so I can hold that. I can hide that other end as I wrap. I'll just get cut right there. There are two wraps on both sides. I'm going to straighten it out though. There we go. Cut off this excess wire. Smash down the little sticky outie, which is a technical term. Okay, and then all I do is bend this. Am I doing it from the middle or do I start at the end? That's what I've got to do. Do I do the loop at the bend at the middle, or do I start at the end and go around bail making pliers? I feel like this way would be easier, but I may be wrong. Because then we chip out the little end. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. Yep, that was right. Good, that's what I wanted it to do. I will put a little kick out so the loop is centered. Pull that down. As soon as I find my Zeron plier, that's going to be closed a little bit better. And then while holding, I just completely screwed that up. There we go, I fixed it. I'm going to do a little kick out. And now I need to make a small jump ring and a large jump ring so I can attach this. So I want a small one for one side. So I can just go around the first step. And I really do make jump rings out of my scraps, because otherwise it's just waste to me. And I don't like that, especially when I'm using gold filled wire, the bronze, the copper, whatever. I talked in the thing about the fact that I'm getting Craftwire USA because they are ethical in the fact that you should be charged for the weight. And if you're buying the same weight in all sizes, they shouldn't fluctuate in price. Yeah, I got it finally. It may not be exactly what I want, but I don't want it as pinched as this is a man's bracelet, and they need a better, they need it to be easier. Then I go right off the spool when I need to do a big one. I think I'm gonna go third step. Yeah, let's just do the third step. That'll be a big enough jump ring. And I always twist for more than I'm gonna need, just in case like one doesn't turn out correctly or whatever. Oh, I don't have these spaced out. I'm not gonna be able to use my magical crimpers or my double flush cutters. I need to order another pair of those, especially now that Linda told me you're not supposed to use your cutters for more than one media. So, or medium, whatever the word it is. You don't use your wire cutters to open your bead strands or whatever I was using them for. Oh, cutting the stringing wire. That was the other thing. Okay, we're going to put one of these on one side of the men's bracelet. And then we're going to go in and close it up. I just like them to have a bigger loop to put it on with, because it is, I think this should be easier than like a lobster claws or something. Oops, sorry, did not mean to just hit my camera with my pliers. Put this on. This way, I believe. Right? I think I might have put that on wrong, but we'll see. I guess it doesn't really matter because you can just turn your bracelet over if it's the Wrong way. There we go. Let's see if it's way too big, because for some reason it looks way too big. Oh, nope. It's at 7 3/4, right at just about to go down to the 8. So that's a nice size for a men's bracelet. So there's the men's. I know we're way over. Do you want me to put together the women's, or can we pick this back up tomorrow? Let me know. I just used 18 gauge wire. So I don't like to, for like clasps and stuff, I use 18 gauge or higher. I just don't have 16 gauge right now. Otherwise, that's what I would have used. And I will probably take this off and go with my flat nose and work hard in this all the way around, just to make sure that it doesn't bend when they're trying to put it on or take it off, to make it stronger. So, but there you go. This will be pushed in more. It doesn't need to be that far out. Otherwise, it could unclasp very easily. So there we go. You guys want me to make the women's bracelet real quick? I can. It won't take very long because, like I said, we're doing a very simple, a very minor change to it. Though I do have a little bit of a idea. Completely up to you. I'm going to make it either way. It just depends on if I'm making it with you tomorrow or if we finish it up today so I can move on to something else. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. As always, everything I make is for sale unless I state otherwise. If you are interested in any of my pieces, you can just give me a call. Oh, yeah, I know. I used to, but then I found this. And this is 1.25 pounds or 1.2 pounds. It's one or the other. And it was like 20 something dollars. And it's all self-contained within the container. And I like that because it keeps my wire better organized. If I want to, I can pull this out and tuck it around any of the tabs, which is how they were when it came. But yeah. Okay. If anyone wants to stay, then I'll just go ahead. I will do the women's bracelet now. If you can't stay, you can always come back later for the replay and it'll be good. I'm going to work out the best way to use those bracelets. Okay, so that's 7 1/4. Give myself a few extra inches at the end. So there's only one difference that I'm going to make to the women's, and actually after I had finished, I saw these beads down on the mat, and I think it would have looked awesome to have these at these point, or the black banded, use the bigger cubes in place of those to kind of say this is the top of the bracelet sort of thing. That would have been really pretty. So, and these are onyx as well. I have them in multiple sizes. So I'm going to do a little something for the center. So, because I'm using copper, that is the wrong Not 24 gauge, I want 22 gauge. I'm just going to warm up a larger, it's probably like 14-inch length, 22 gauge wire. Easier to wrap, but you could always do this in 20 gauge. That's totally fine. I'm not using this entire length for one part of it. I'm doing it. This is going to be about, I don't think I'm going to need that much. It should be 3, but I'm only going to, I don't know why I pulled so much out. So then do I want to use it on a thicker? I actually am going to do it on 20 gauge rather than 22 gauge. I was going to do it a little. I will tell you, the Bear Bronze wire, Linda, is amazing to work with. And I know we had talked in the past about how I can't get my copper wire to like ball up at the end of it for some reason. Bronze wire does it right away. So my liver of sulfur gets delivered today. So sorry, I'm warming up my wire. I apologize. So I'm really excited to get that. I think it will be very pretty, so it'll be good. Okay, on one end, we're going to go ahead and we are going to bend it off. We're going to do one of my hybrid links. So actually, we don't even need that much really because I'm going to do smaller loops. I didn't even move it down that was ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to do a second gauge, and my hybrid link is a mix between a simple loop and a wrapped loop. I wasn't a fan of simple loops. It made me worried that pieces were going to come apart. I know that people use simple loops all the time and have no problem with it. It's just a personal preference thing with me. But I did not like the look of all of the wraps, especially when making links. I want to see as many beads as possible. So I came up with this hybrid loop. I have tested it on previous lives, and it is as strong as a triple wrapped loop. And I'm just going to go around one more time. So we're going to go, I don't do like straight there or straight this way. I go into the curve at an angle, and then I'm going to go up, over, down, rotate my pliers to where they are, parallel with my bead mat, and then I'm just going to go down and I'm going to do the one time around, which is just like that. It's that simple. You have the loop, and this is nice and neat up there. And I don't go all the way around. I like to cut on the sides of my loops rather than the front or back. So that, because if one side has more wraps than the other, then your beads don't stay. Oh my God. One side has more wraps, then your beads kind of like go at an angle themselves. Okay. What I want to do with this is I'm going to start with 6mm faceted onyx. Is this the smallest I have? In the onyx, but I do have the spinel I could use. If I can get it on the wire. It's fine. We're just going to do 6mm because I don't want to take up too much space. Should I use the rondelles versus the rounds is my question right now. I think I'm going to use the rondelles because they're of a similar shape. Because I'm going to go 6. I'm going to go the Euperlite. And then I'm trying to decide if I want to go 12. I don't. Well, first of all, I used the wrong bead there, but I don't actually like those rondelles. And in fact, I'm not sure they're stone. I think they may be glass. So that makes sense as to why I wasn't loving it. So there, we're going to go to the larger one. Yep. Another rondelle. And then the 6mm black onyx. This is going to be the focal of our bracelet. Now, what I'm going to do is I need to leave space right here because as I wrap the wire down and around, it's going to separate the beads, which is what I want. It's very similar to the Christmas design that I just did. The only difference is that I want to leave even more space than I did last time or on that. So when you guys watch that, you'll see. I actually want to go up a little smidge more because there are 5 beads. Now I just have to hope that I cut enough wire. When I do start the lap or the wrap on this end, I'm going to go around once and then I'm going to come back around, and I'm going to go over the top of that wrap again. I did not cut enough wire. There is no way that's enough wire for doing the wrapping I want to do. If I was doing a very simple, like not going around to every bead, it would be fine, but I want to have enough to go around as many beads as I want. So I'm going to cut a huge length of wire. And I will use this for jump rings. Okay, bend it down. Sorry, I've got the really long thing, so I'm just going to do the loop the same way that I did a moment ago, using the second step. If I try to do this under camera, it's just going to go, it's just going to be too much. I wasn't holding on that. So you can see I cut quite a bit of wire. It will likely be too much, but I would rather have plenty than not enough, because you guys will see it's very pretty the way that this turns out. Oops, there's a kink in the wire there that the Uperlight didn't like. Uperlight again. And then the 6mm black onyx. Okay. Now we have the beads we want / need on in the proper way. My wrap loop is not straight. It was out of an angle. So, like I said, I'm going to leave space for the wire to fill in as I wrap around them. There. It's about 2 lengths of this, what they call wide nose, but at Beadsmith, but they're still pretty small. I'm going to go back in with my 2mm. I'm not going to be able to do this under camera because, again, it will hit the camera. So I'm just going to go in and make my loop just like that. Now, as I was saying before I realized I had extra wire, I'm going to wrap around this twice. The reason being, when I get to the other side, I will have to wrap around this again. to secure the wire, obviously. So I'm going to try to mimic that on this side so it looks cleaner, I guess. Yeah. So I'm just going to wrap around and I will show you what it looks like in just a second. But then my wire should be small enough to do the wraps under camera. So see, I just kind of like mimicked what it's going to look like down here, and I actually kind of like the look of that. It has kind of like a saucer look to it. It's just really pretty. Okay, now you're just going to put the first bead and you're going to push it up into place. Hold on to your loop and go around the first bead. Ah, no, you stay up there, black bead. Onyx does not want to behave. Okay, so we're going to go in that space, back around. We're going to push the Euperlipe up into space, go around, push the black in, go around the Euperlipe, and then around the final onyx. And I could have even left more space. Okay, now this one, I want to come in and tighten really good. By just doing that. And so you can see that it did the same. It mimics the same on both sides. So only thing is this little black beads wrap is not up on the bead like it should be. My hands are not doing what I want to. And neither are my pliers. I might just be stuck with that. Or I can just twist that. There we go. That's better. And so you see you have the copper all the way down, back around the loop at the end. Your girl likes to cut on the side, but wants to go around on this side rather than the other one. The look will be better, I feel like. Now I have another link enough to make links if I wanted. I'm going to tuck that end. So there are no like points. Where it is different. Okay. There we go. This will now become our bracelet bar rather than the black one that I wasn't liking the loop of. Now, on this, what you can do is you can just make links and go around the back if you want. You can attach to this and use more beads if you want, either or. I'm going to just make some links to go around the rest of the bracelet. Here, I want it. I didn't bend it right here. I probably could have made it even wider, but that's okay because I'm gonna make some pretty links. You could also make this into a phone charm or a purse charm, a zipper pull, whatever you wanted. But I used 5 beads and a length of copper wire. I kind of want my loops going the other way so I can have the wrapped part. I'll play with that because I want the wraps on top of the bracelet, not. I don't know why they were on the underneath there for a second. Does that do it? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure this out because I want the pretty wraps to be what is visual. It would probably help if I just use 2 flatness. Yeah, so these need to be facing, I want this to be the top. I need to go like that, and I need to face my loops that way. And now I can bend it on the top of my wrist, and it will be better. I should have used another bead or 2 here, but it will still be pretty. The wraps are on top. Like I said, you've used very few beads. I'm going to show you a couple really quick links that you could use to attach to this just to make it look pretty. You've seen some of these that because I've done them before. I may just do one. Yeah, I'm just gonna do one. I want these to be smaller loops lengths though, so I'm gonna go just about 1/8 of an inch in from the end on my micro, or my micro round nose pliers. I'm gonna come around till I hit the wire. I have a little bit of a straight piece there, which I'm not fond of, so I'm gonna cut it out and then keep rolling so that it's a rounded loop. Then I'm going to take my bail making pliers, and I'm going to the step 1. If it's not step 1, I'll do the next one on step 2, because I should have enough wire to do another one. Then I'm just going to take my pliers while it's still on the plier so that I can get it as tight as possible. And I could do this with my hands. I am going to do this with my hands so the wire doesn't get bent up, because, there we go. Twice. Yes, I think I want step 2. Yeah, I definitely want step 2. This is pretty, but A, it would take forever, and B, I don't like how messed up it is in that. So let's grab this piece because it is long enough. You don't need very much wire at all. So I'm going to go about 1/8 of an inch on the way in. I'm going to go around again a little straight bit. Do that loop. We're going to face that away from the one we want to wrap around, which is going to be the second one, up over. Rotate that ever so slight just so you can get around that loop easier. Take your pliers and wrap around once. I'm just going to finish this while still on the plier. And then I'm going to take it off. I'm going to straighten it out because sometimes, especially that wrap right there, just going to straighten it out. And then you have a wrap loop on one side and a simple loop on the other that is nestled down in between the wraps that you did around the top. As you can see, it took very little to do. These links, I'm going to give myself a little bit more room than I had last time. I really would like to know what happened to my ruler. It was right here on the desk next to me all last night. Come this morning and it's not there. Okay. I'm just going to snip it in half. But I am going to have to give this a flush cut. Something just went boom. My son is here though. It'll be good. There's two. I usually don't have a problem with the little straight bits, but of course, as Luna will tell you, what happens on like when we're not on camera versus what when we are two different things. Also, you always want to go in front of this loop. In case I didn't say that, you want to stay in front of that loop. Trim off this end. And you don't have to use all of just those links. I'm probably going to make some jump rings to connect them to each other so that I can have like, I think I want to go like that way. And then the next one would go in that way. And it would just have the jump rings like that. So that's what I think I'm going to do. Mine. I just have to decide if I want to do it on the step 2 or the first step for jump rings. Only going to get one jump ring out of that, but hey. Waste not, want not. Right, Linda? Right, Linda? Leaving the one at the end. Okay, I think I know what you mean. So I'm going to try it. Where did I just put the 18 gauge wire? 22, 24, over here. All right, let me see here. She says I'm leaving one. Oh, because I'm not going right at the very tip of it. If I do that, my loop will be so small. I have found that if I compress the ends, either with this or with the with my bail making pliers, I do tend to get a more round form. It's like the ittiest bittiest part. But Because if I go on the very end, then I won't have room to maneuver. So, go up, over, and across, rotate up, grab my pliers. Sorry, I didn't do any of that under camera. I swear, if I ever get to a point where I get to help design or I design a plier set, all of the handles will be different colors. I have so many that are just like black handled, black and gray handled. And it's like, it's quite annoying. And I don't know where the little loop I was just working on fell at, but it's okay. But yeah, it's so annoying to me because why do they all have to be the same color? Then we look all over our mat and go crazy trying to find it. That one's fine. I need to redo that one. That one's fine. Now, like I said, I personally am going to use jump rings to attach these because otherwise, and I don't know, maybe Linda can tell me, but in order for it to lay flat on the wrist, this is what I'm thinking that you would have to do. So you have your loop on one side. Ooh, I got it around that time. And then when you do the other loop, well, I'll have to like twist it afterwards. I'll show you what I mean. And because this is the simple loop, I'm not going to mess with that one. But wouldn't it need to be like that, Linda, for it to lay flat? Have one loop that way and the other loop the other way? Obviously, it messed with my little simple loop, but that's easy to fix. But to lay flat on the wrist, it would have to be like that. Obviously, I would use the smaller loop as the one that goes up and down just for like comfortable wearing. But yeah, this is, well, I haven't done it this way, or at least I haven't. It's kind of cool looking. Let me get some jump rings made really quick. I'm just going to use this scrap right here. I'm just going to do some step 1 connection. I always take my plier and press down the end of it. So again, I'm not throwing perfectly good wire in the garbage. In case you weren't here, Linda broke my heart at the beginning of this, saying that she threw out a bunch of beads and pearls other than her most expensive ones and a bunch of completed pieces of jewelry, which made me sad because she's such a talented artist. I would have proudly worn any of her designs. Or you could have donated them to a school, a whole bunch of different. But I know sometimes you've been waiting to move for quite a while, so I know that you've been doing. Now, as I did before, I like to do jump rings right off of the spool itself. And I just wrap and wrap. I'm going to use the smallest mandrel because I don't want the jump ring to be the same. But basically, the way I just twisted the loop, oh, you could have done it to your local school, that kind of stuff. Or your lovely American friend. And I would have shared with other American friends. And when I make jump rings, I kind of pull and press at the same thing because it work hardens the wire while I go around it. Okay. Makes it a little more difficult to get off, but it's okay. What are you doing, Heather? Why do I keep trying to use that on this little loop? It's not going to come off. There. Now that's still flush cut. All right, let's cut these jump rings. So basically I've got the flush end there. So I can put the flush end to the next column on the coil and it will come off. Then you have to come back in, cut the little piece where it wasn't flush, come in and cut the next one. This is easier if you do the little technique that Samantha Latimer does, where she like runs a piece of wire through the loops before she starts cutting, which does make it easier, and especially if you're trying to use your double flush cutters, it makes it much easier that way. Or you just it's not a lot of ways per jump ring. It's just when I abide by the it's better to have too much than not enough rule, I still feel like but yeah, you could have done it to an art department or something like that. Sorry, there's something wrong with my screen. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Yeah, you told me that before. I forgot. I miss living somewhere where like you say, well, I'm going into town. It's just simpler. The only thing I would like miss is how fast I can get Amazon packages. Sometimes when I'm looking, I can get it delivered the exact same day. Okay. Do I have enough to finish this? I can always make the rest of these jump rings at a later date and time because I feel like it's the jewelry world equivalent of watching paint dry. But that could just be my own. If there is anything you guys would like to see outside of like the Thanksgiving hostess gifts, let me know. Just shoot me either an email. My email is the same as my channel name at gmail.com. So just TT's Trinkets and Treasures and at gmail.com. I don't know what I just did with that. Okay, let's get these puppies put together. I'm really hoping, because I wasn't thinking until just now, I'm hoping that I left this enough to get the both. Yeah, I can. Okay, good. I was afraid that the little jump rings weren't going to be enough space. Nope, it can still swing freely. So that's good. And if you wanted to, you could literally smush this before you connect the next piece to it. So I had the larger loop facing out, so I'm attaching it with the larger loop of the next link. And then I did the opposite. I'll do the opposite on the next one. So now the small loop is facing out, so I will just attach it to another link using the small loop. That one's a little bit harder to maneuver in. Although I might just have, because of the wraps on the smaller one. But yes, it still moves freely as well. Gonna have to make sure I leave room for the clasp. I probably did not make enough of these. To enough of the little links, I mean. Especially not after I just maneuvered that one. So now this one is not flat. There we go. Okay. Now we are connecting it using the small one. Do, do, do. I did not open it wide enough. Okay. And I have made these teeny tiny guys. Like right at the tip of the micro round nose pliers. And then just going up so much on the micro pliers, not even going to the first step. Oh, I really like that. It's just not trying to sound conceited or anything, but that's just going to be, it brightened it up. Even though I use black and gray beads, the bright copper just brightened the whole piece up. So guys, I'm going to finish this, but yeah. Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and make the rest of these loops and finish this off at the end. We're over 2 hours and I have other videos I need to get recorded, but I will show the completed bracelet tomorrow. I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day. Wait, what happened to it? Where are my dual asset mode? Okay, so that's what I've got to turn off. All right, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I normally come up, and as always, happy beading.